76ers open their training camp this week, and as expected, Ben Simmons, well, he wasn't there. GM Daryl Morey compared the team's disconnect with Simmons to the Packers' drama with Aaron Rodgers this summer that eventually ended with the reigning MVP returning to Green Bay. Meanwhile, Doc Rivers still said the situation could get resolved, and Joel Embiid didn't hold back his feelings, guys. Take a listen.
I'm just disappointed that, he's not here because he knows it too. He knows we can win together. Of course, we want him back. He's a big piece of, what we've been building the past few years. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff that have happened a bit, in between, and I know a little bit about all of that, but that's not really for me to deal.
Shannon, how do you interpret all this?
Sam Amick reported, Skip, he says, Ben Simmons believes playing with Joel Embiid has run its course, and Sixers Media Day messages fall flat with him. Everybody's trying to increase Ben Simmons' value now. The entire league, there's 30 teams, 29 other teams know that Ben Simmons wants out. They've also, behind the scenes, that know that the Sixers have tried to trade Ben Simmons before. Ben Simmons knows that. Now, Daryl Morey said, it reminds me of a situation in Green Bay where things were said, and then Aaron Rodgers ended up staying in Green Bay. So since Morey took it there, I'm going to take it right there with him, Skip. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, after losing the NFC Championship game, they asked the head coach, Matt LaFleur, do you believe you can win a championship with Aaron Rodgers as your quarterback? And Matt LaFleur says, I don't know if I can answer that right now. They go to Davante Adams, say, Davante, what do you think the turning point of the game was? Well, it was 3rd and goal at the 8. I saw a crease, and we ended up with an incompletion. I just want you to tell me, Skip, what do you think Aaron Rodgers would have said and done had Matt LaFleur and Davante Adams said that?
Good point. I'll co-sign on both of them.
Exactly what Ben Simmons is going to do.
Aaron Rodgers would not be the quarterback of the Packers as we speak.
Exactly. And so when you look at it, Skip, Ben Simmons has made it abundantly clear. We came out here, that was a Sunday night, that was a Sunday game, Skip. I came out here the next morning, and you say, no, they can make amends. I said, Skip, it's over. You can't say that, Skip. I'm not saying I'm Joel Embiid or I'm this great athlete, but I'm talking to you from an athlete's perspective. When criticism comes from your coach and your teammate, it stings. It hits differently than the media. It hits differently from somebody outside of the building. Because you always say, Skip, we're a family. If your family says something about you, it hurts differently than somebody outside of the family. So now we're a family.
Okay.
So this is over. What they're trying to do is increase Ben Simmons' value. And I don't know how they increase his value, because Ben Simmons' tape, his resume is his resume, Skip. They want Dame Lillard. I don't think that's a secret. But if you think the Portland Trailblazers would swap you Ben Simmons for Dame Lillard straight up, you are out of your minds. All of them. Gourds or whatever it is. Skip, I don't know if you know anything about gourds, but we used to cut gourds up and hang them up so the birds could build bird houses in them. That's what we used to do with gourds. That's before a lot of you guys' time. But Skip, all this that sounds good. Oh, we knew we could win a championship with him and we could do yada, yada, yada. But just 5 months ago, not even 5 months ago, just 4 months ago, that's not what you said. You questioned. You didn't know the answers. Now, after you slept on it, you know the answers. Oh, we can win with Ben. And now, all of a sudden, the turning point of the game wasn't where you had a layup and you got a free throw? Ben Simmons is not buying it, and neither am I. I'm not buying it $3 for $1. So I know Ben isn't.
Okay, first to Daryl Morey's point, the comparison to Aaron Rodgers' situation in Green Bay. I will remind you that you said all along through the offseason there is no way Aaron Rodgers plays for the Packers this year. You said that.
I did.
And much of the media world said the same. Right? I kept saying, no, he wants to go back to Green Bay. He just wants it under his conditions. He wants some control, some input into the play calling, which he took credit for the other night. He said, well, he suggested the first play. I thought, okay, that's pretty good. Like he could sign off on it. He said, then I call the rest of the plays in the game-winning drive. Okay, we get that. He also didn't get any more money, and I thought he wanted more money. But he wants to retire a Packer, and I believe that from the start.
He wants control more than money.
That is correct. And he got a little, but not a lot.
Right.
Okay, so they sort of paid homage to him just a little bit.
Yeah.
They patted him on the head and said, okay, we'll give you this. Well, they gave him
Randall
Cobb back. Okay, we got that. Okay, then we go to Doc Rivers. He continues to insist that his remark was misconstrued. He just said it so indelicately.
Right.
He just said it so badly that maybe part of him was just trying to dismiss the question in and of itself. I don't even want to go there right now. Right. I'm just in the throes of the heat of law, losing a series we should not have lost.
Even if he didn't mean it in the way it came out.
Yep.
Skip, you can't say, I don't know if I can answer whether or not we can win a championship with a guy.
He left it open.
Yes.
Instead of saying, next question, I don't even want to deal with that right now. That would have been suspicious enough.
Right.
But the way he answered it was so... Well, he just sort of slamming the door.
Skip, why not, Skip? Yeah. Even if you don't believe it, sometimes my college coach just say, son, sometimes I got a lot of you guys.
Yep.
Even if I know we're up against it, I'm going to say we have a tremendous chance to win this ball game. Why couldn't Doc Rivers say, of course? We're all disappointed that we lost because we expected to win this game. You got the two best players. Normally, Skip, in basketball, you got the two best players. What's going to happen?
Okay.
You're going to normally win.
And by the way, just for the record, they were the #1 seed in the East last year. And for the record, back in 2019, they took Toronto on its way to winning the championship to the last drop. The luckiest shot I've ever seen in the history of the playoffs, shot by my guy, Kawhi Leonard.
Yep.
It bounced 7 times around the rim from the corner. It's impossible that shot went in, but it did go in.
That might have been the equivalent of Justin Tucker's kick.
Yeah, I guess so, except that there was really nothing lucky about Justin Tucker's kick.
But Skip, 66 yards, he hit the cross. Normally he hits the crossbar and bounce back.
Okay. But it had enough oomph on it that it went
one rotation over.
Yeah, okay, I got it. So now we get to Joel Embiid. So they did all the damage control. His superiors did all the GM and the coach did all they could do in this media session yesterday. And I do believe that the franchise wants to dig in and just insist that he come and play or get fined through the rest of this year.
Right.
And if he wants to leave, what is it, $33 million on the table? He can leave 33.
Because he's starting the first year of that $170 million contract. This is the first year in it.
Yeah, and he's got 4 more years left on that deal, just for the record. Now we get to his running mate, so to speak, Joel Embiid. I thought Joel did even more damage yesterday than he did post-game.
Yeah.
Because he just wouldn't back off. He wouldn't show the least hint of contrition at all.
Exactly.
There was no giving in to this at all. I shouldn't have said that, or I don't know what I was thinking, or I was just hurt because we lost, or something like that.
He definitely exacerbated the situation. Well, if they came off of Steph and Clay, what do you think the Sixers are going to do?
What? And he kept saying, I don't think I said anything. Follow it.
See, Joel Embiid rather be right than try to keep the peace.
Yeah.
And in the process of him trying to be right, he's so wrong in this situation.
I'm honest, I can't lie. That's just me. So I don't have any regrets because I don't feel like I put anybody in a situation where they had to feel bad. Wrong. You were dead wrong about that. You made him feel 100 times worse than he already felt because you said that was why we lost that game.
Right.
Well, obviously, a whole lot of other things happened in that game, and I've pointed out that Joel had 8 turnovers in that game.
But he didn't mention that.
Okay.
He didn't say that, we had a chance, we had a lead, we had a 1-point lead, and I had the ball and I threw it out of bounds. It could have been a 3-point lead or it could have been a 4-point lead. He didn't mention anything of his transgressions, what he did in the game. It was only that one play. So Skip, they played 12 minutes, 48 minutes. And the only thing that he could remember with the turning point was when Ben Simmons passed up a dunk to Thibault for a layup. That's the only thing that he could remember.
And he said, I also pointed out that Matisse missed one of the free throws. And he said, I shouldn't have done that. I couldn't throw. Why did I throw him under the bus for missing a free throw? Well, the guy you ran over with the bus about 15 times was your running mate.
And Doc was driving it. Doc had the bus, you had Ben, and you just shoved him in front of the bus.
No, that is true. So back to your Sam Amick point out of The Athletic that just got posted here a few minutes ago. The point from Ben Simmons' camp is that Ben has decided he does not mesh with Joel.
Yeah.
Well, I've never heard that before. You've said it before,
said it.
but he has never indicated, nobody from his camp.
Right.
Ever, because all they did was be the first seed in the East.
Right.
All they did was come within a lucky shot of moving on. It would have been to the conference finals
against the Bucks
and eliminated Toronto,
right.
who was on its path to win the championship.
Correct.
So they have had high success together. And again, I'm going to repeat because I'm a Ben Simmons fan. Rookie of the year, then 3 straight All-Star teams, and 2 straight defensive first-team All-NBA.
Yes.
And came very close to winning Defensive Player of the Year. So you got lots on your resume, and you've had high team success. But now the quote was from the camp that Ben Simmons has decided he needs the runways in the paint that he needs to succeed. Okay, runways in the paint. So he's saying he's clogging my path to the basket because he's posting, demanding the ball, and so I have to bounce it into him and then let him operate.
And I can't get to the paint if he in the paint.
Right.
And with Skip, remember, we talked about it. That was that year that Jared Dudley said what he said. Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid missed a game. Ben Simmons went, 31, double figures rebounds, and probably like 6 assists. And then you mentioned last year against Rudy Gobert and Utah. We know what Utah represents defensively.
No, Joel.
He goes